Page 66, dark eyes. There is a preparatory study for this piece at the top of page 66. I kind of talk about that here, but I really want to talk about dark eyes. The idea is the technique. It's an up arm stroke and an arm impulse. So just look at the study for a bit. You have here and here. Talk about them, and there's no sharps or flats, and you can read the notes, I hope. Work it out one at a time if you have to. I'm not trying to polish this study up. I'm just using it as an example of what they're talking about. The first two beat here, slurred. Well, when you're moving like that, you can't. But what they want you to do is come up on the second one. You're down, up. So it's down, up, boom, here. It's an up arm. And it's an impulse, so as you come up, you're pushing down, get a little accent. So forth like that. You should be able to also kind of do this without the accent, although it's not as much of an up, and you certainly don't push like that. You just... It's more like a boom, boom. But the technique they're after for this lesson is to give that little extra up. It's easier when you can get it all in one hand position, left hand here. And the right hand is just matching what the left hand's doing. That's basically the technique we're going to use on this eventually. So let's talk about dark eyes. It's a little over a page long. Treble and bass clef to start with. There's 3 flats in the key signature, so this is either in the key of E flat major or C minor. If we look at the end, the bottom of page 67, we're here. That's a C minor chord. I'm guessing this is in the key of C minor. However, go ahead and do the scale and arpeggio for E flat major and C minor. If you're not familiar with it, 1 octave up and down is fine. Get familiar with it first. Once you're familiar with it and you're comfortable with 1 octave, then you can go 2 octaves. At 3/4 time signature, and we're coming in on a pickup measure. We're coming in on beat 2. That means there should be 1 beat somewhere, or 1 measure somewhere with 1 beat in it. If you look around, there isn't. And that, in my opinion, that's an error. At the bottom of page 67, that last measure should have 1 count in it. That's it. Those two rests represent the beats that are at the beginning. And it shouldn't be there. You can cross out those 2 rests. Yeah. Doesn't affect how we play it. We're still coming in on beat 2. Right hand first. I want to connect everything right now. Remember the A flat, it's in the key signature. 1, 2, and that beat 2's a rest. You got to come up. 1, 2, and 3, 1. And the third finger. 1, 2, 3, 1. Come up. 1, 2, rest. Come up. And you can use 2 on the A flat if you want. You don't want to be up in here. That's fine. Now measure 7 and 8 here. Look out. This is tied. Here, it's not a rest. See, in the others, the first beat of the measure for the right hand was a rest. Here, it's not. It's hang on to it and then reach up. So it's 1, 2, 3, tie. Now, rest. Rest, go back to basically what it is, a very repetitious rhythm. Last line, measure 28, you're here. Now on this one, measure 29, I suggest for the second F, G, you come to here, 1 and 2. This prepares for what's coming. So here, because now I want here, here, and here. And this is 5, 5, 4. And this is 2, 1, 1. Here. And then bass clef down here. Or if you don't want to be here, then do 3, 2. I don't know how big your hands are. either one, whatever fits. Left hand, well, here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and this is fun. That's basically what the left hand's doing. However, look out, because measure 8, you got that, but the measure 9, you got treble clef. You're up here. 1, 2, 3, same rhythm as the right hand. And then measure 17 is bass clef again. 1, 2, so forth. Then I try and put the hands together, and I'll hesitate. That's okay. It's just both hands come up on beat 2. 1, 2, and I got to get the left hand down anyway. That G's by itself. Now this is a little more connected. The left hand, I use the 3 on the E flat. I want to connect them. Connected here. Now we're back to our choppy. So I put the hands together, and then I go back over it just a little bit at a time, and I work out the hesitations. Now this is pretty repetition. Then I'll think about the articulation, and this is where this upstroke thing comes in, because we have an accent and a staccato. Accent, that's the impulse. And the staccato is up, so you're impulsing and coming up at once. There. Exaggerate it if you need to. Come up in both hands. You want to get to where you can feel that and it's sort of automatic. However, keep in mind that you're not always going to accent that when you come up. So you might also practice this without the accent. So I can give it a staccato without accenting, without the impulse. You need to be able to do either one. You can practice this with a scale if you want. You do the up impulse thing with the scales too. That way you're reinforcing the scale and you're working on some technique at the same time. Then I add the dynamics. They apply to the melody. Here it's the right hand. Mezzo forte at the beginning. That makes the accented notes a loud note. A loud note. The left hand's in the background. You get these crescendo, ba-da-dum. You want this feeling actually kind of on all of these. Louder. So you kind of want up. You have the hairpins there, measures 5 and 6 and 7 and so forth. You look in the middle of it, and that's your target. You're going to go up to that point and then back down. So measure 4. That's it. And then come back down. Back down to mezzo forte. And you got these other little swells with it getting up and getting louder and so forth. At the end, you get the sforzando. Remember, that's a major accent here. I don't agree with what they've done here. I would prefer the sforzando be on the last note, not the next to the last note. I want it to finish boom, boom, not boom, boom. To do the sforzando like it's written in the last 2 measures, it's here. I don't want it on that note. I want it on the last note. So I would move that sforzando over to the last measure. Here. You want to hit the boom at the end, not next to the end. I think that may be an error. And then the speed. Animato means rather quickly, and they have that half note that's like per measure at 1,000, 2,000, 3. That's about what they're suggesting here, and I do not care for this that fast at all. I like this a little more on the slow side. You think 1, 2, 3. That's not the slow side. Well, I'm not talking about the speed of the beat. I'm talking about the feel. And really, we're feeling the natural accent, which is the first beat of the measure. 1, 2, da, da, dum, 2. That's what it's on the slow side in that sense. Now they've added pedal. Why are we adding pedal? What's it doing? What's it for? Here it's adding the accents and helping us connect these notes. I can't connect this all the time. I can there, but I can't do it all the time. So the pedal's adding this. So, and they're leaving it down. And they're pedaling it. I don't know what they're pedaling here. Try what they're suggesting and see what that sounds like. I don't agree with that at all. I want a cleaner sound. I'm going to do that and then lift up. I'm just adding overtones for that one beat. That's it. And all I'm doing there. Now at the bottom of the measure is 6 or 7 or whatever. Because this is all connected here, you can go ahead and leave pedal down. Top of page 67, they're not pedaling here, but it's a different thing. The left hand's not doing this. It's with the right hand. Then we go back to what you're doing. Big. That's how I would pedal it, I think. And we can add a few more little pedaling tricks here, just for kicks and giggles. On these louder notes and these accented notes, you can actually pedal those. The pedal goes down with the note and up with the note. So it just adds overtones just for a sec, and it changes the tone. It's different. This is, or there's just a little more to it. So you don't have to put so much of an accent on it either. And if you want to connect to measure 4, if you want to connect the C's, you got to pedal them. So down, up, when the on up. They're showing pedaling through. That's too blurry for me. I want it cleaner. But I could do that on these accented notes. I pedal on. And at the end, pedal bow, boom, boom, with the pedal, with each note. Here, right there. So the last line, because it's loud, you're ending it with a bang. A musical bang, but a bang, and you can pedal those. It's part of interpreting the music. What do you like to hear? What is the sound you're after? Experiment. If you have a teacher, do it the way your teacher tells you to do it, of course, but otherwise experiment. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and softs and play it all about the same. I will try and do the accents. I'm going to pedal it like I suggested. I'll give us 4 counts, because we come in on beat 2. So I'm going to 1, ready, go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Or 1, 2, ready, go, and then we go. Or we do just come in when I do. 1, 2, ready, go. rest, rest, rest,